Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. According to the 2021 UN World Happiness Report, the happiest country in the world is Finland. Naturally, this is relating to 2020, is Finland. And the least happy country in the world, Zimbabwe. The part of the UN that studies happiness is called Sustainable Development Solutions. I like this facet of the UN. The focus is on sustainability. And what they measure to determine happiness: income, freedom, trust in government, that's number 3. Number 4 is life expectancy. Number 5 is social support. And number 6 is generosity. As you think of these variables, my observation is that all of these variables are increasing through our workshop. Income, do you not feel richer when you're happier? Freedom, one is becoming more independently joyous. Trust in government, that's harder to facilitate through meaningful mornings, but you trust yourself more. Life expectancy. We go on freedom walks, or at least you pretend to go on freedom walks. Social support, most definitely. Generosity, I perpetually ask you for money. So most definitely. Meaningful Mornings is very much aligned with happiness. We are nearing the end of chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita. We only have 3 more shlokas to flow through. Right now, Prince Arjuna is justifying. He started this in verse 28. From 28 to 37, his justification was emotional. From 38 onwards, his justification has become logical. He's sharing with Sri Krishna, with the destruction of individuals, everyone in Kurukshetra, there will be a distraction of values. In the future, he refers to the women in families, how they facilitate religion and culture. There will be a distraction in values in the past. He refers to the ancestors, the value system that they inculcated in all of us. The one who causes such destruction, and he uses words like is evil, is a sinner, is going to be in hell forever. I want to share a few more insights into this concept of evil and sinner and hell before we continue to verse 45. When one's parents die, anyone one who passes away, but particularly one's parents. One engages in the Shraddha karma, which is a ritual to remember our parents. And many will share with you, many Orthodox teachers, that if you don't engage in this ritual, this practice, at least every year, you are committing an offense. You've been taught that before. I feel you don't need to be taught that. That is most obvious. How much our parents have given to us physically, emotionally, financially, politically, by not remembering them, we are offending ourselves and offending them. Is a ritual required for us to remember them? A ritual is required to remember our original parent, our present parents, and this is to be done every day throughout our responsibilities. Prince Arjuna is focusing on this at the annual level. Who is going to be there to engage in this external ritual? Shri Krishna is trying to rehabilitate such externalization. You should remember your original parent, be grateful for your present parents in everything you do. Rituals are not just reminders, they're parameters to be disciplined. Parameters to be disciplined. Like guardrails on a road are parameters to keep you on the road. Prince Arjuna is focusing on the parameters for discipline. Shri Krishna wants him to focus on internalizing that discipline. If you focus on the road, you don't need guardrails, correct? If you're focusing on the guardrails, you're going to hit them and come back onto the road. Prince Arjuna is focusing on the means. Shri Krishna wants him to focus on the ends. Prince Arjuna continues. Verse 45. Aho battamahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yadrajya sukhalobena hantum swajana mudyataha. Aho batta. In English, some definitions say alas. Another commentary shares, pity on me. Pity on us. Why? Mahat papam. We are the ones who are going to cause this destruction. This is evil. This is a sin. We are going to be in hell forever. In this verse, Prince Arjuna understands and appreciates that logic is not working, so he comes back to emotion. That's how he began his justification, by expressing pity. First it was pity on them, now he's saying pity on me. Kartum vyavasita vayam. We have resolved to engage in this destruction. Who's we? He's inferring by Shri Krishna's silence that he is for this war, for this conflict. Silence is acceptance, yes? And why are we doing this? For the rajya, for the sukha, for the possession, for the position. And the source of all of this is lobha, or greed. Earlier on, he said the Kauravas were greedy. Now he's sharing that he is being greedy. how Prince Arjuna has taken dharma as a purpose and distracted this to become greed. Naturally, if this war is about greed, then he's going to feel weak. With a low purpose, low performance. But if the reason for this war, this conflict is dharma, is for the long term, that is a high purpose, high performance. When we live for the 3 P's, that is pleasure, possession, position, we will always feel weaker. We will always be emotional. Living for pleasure, possession, position is a compromise. That is not dedication. That is compromise. Hantum swajanam udyataha. We are ready to kill our own people. When we read this word hantum, which means kill, it's quite shocking to us. Remember though, he is a warrior. This is his context. You change that word to your context in terms of to parent, to speak, to hire, to fire, and so on. When we begin the teachings of Bhagavad Gita proper, chapter 2, verse 11, the word handum will come up a lot. And at that point, I will tell you the real implication of what killing means. Right now, it's more cultural. The religious application is much more deep and much more lovely. In this verse, Prince Arjuna is drawing to a conclusion. I've expressed emotion. I've expressed logic. I'm coming back to emotion. In the next verse, he will summarize. This is our position. And then we'll come back to Sanjaya. Sanjaya is the one who's narrating all of this. And with that, we will finally complete chapter 1 after 12 weeks of meaningful mornings. From inspiration to application. Your application yesterday was for you to figure out what you have to let go of to become great and the greatest. Did you figure it out? Share. You have to let go of self-doubt, attachment, judgment, doership, vices, fear, anger. What's beautiful about your deep reflections, you don't have to let go of anything outside. Everything you're sharing is letting go of what's inside. You think regret's outside. Regret is inside. And this is very much aligned with Bhagavad Gita. Many interpret Bhagavad Gita to teach karma. That Prince Arjuna should do this. Prince Arjuna is already the most dynamic when it comes to karma and doing. Bhagavad Gita doesn't teach us what to do, but rather why to do. And for us also, you don't have to change what you're doing. You have to change why you're doing. Let go of goodness and hold on to greatness. Your application for today. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, the first engagement that I want you to do is light a lamp at your altar. So imagine you're fumbling with your iPhone. Even though I told you not to use your phone as an alarm clock, I know you still do. I can tell by your eyes. When you're fumbling around with that, as soon as you turn that off and your spouse gives you an angry look, light a lamp at your altar. Then you can go back to bed after that. Do this, reflect on this. We'll debrief on this. Announcements. We have now completed 3 weeks of the High Five Challenge with 3 more weeks to go. The High Five Challenge is 42 days. Sociologists share it takes 21 days to form a habit, but we are more stubborn, so it will take us twice that long, 42 days, to sleep early, wake early. To celebrate the completion of the High Five Challenge on Wednesday, April 21st, 3 weeks from today, we will not only celebrate the completion of our challenge, we will also celebrate Sri Rama's Jayanti, the birth of joy, with a dynamic program of singing and acting and where Bhagwan Rama lives. Where was he born? Do register for that. You have to do this as a formality, even though it's the same code and password as Meaningful Mornings. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.